Hi, everyone, and welcome to our latest video series, Determining the Right Program for You. I'm Terrace Bricker, Marketing Manager here at Brightspot Incentives and Events, and I'll be guiding us through this three-part series about channel incentives. In this video, we're covering the third and final part of our series, closed-ended programs. And if you've watched the rest of the series, you should recognize these two by now. Kelly, Polly, thank you for being here today. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Thank you, Terrace. Kelly Coons, Director of Incentives here at Brightspot. I lead the team of non-travel. So we run all of our non-travel programs, and I've been here for about 16 years. I also am fortunate enough to serve on the Incentive Research Foundation's Communications and Content Committee.
I'm Polly Chabra, Senior Program Manager at Brightspot. Been here about 10 years now. I'm also specializing in non-travel sales incentive programs.
Now that we understand the fundamentals of an open-ended program, why don't you explain a closed-ended program for us?
Sure. Closed-ended programs are set with basically a fixed number of winners and a hard budget, meaning you go into the program, you already have established how many winners there'll be and what their rewards value will entail. These programs inherently have a stable budget, but tend to also offer bigger prizes. We see the structure more in travel programs like President's Club trips or short-term sales contests. I will say one thing, a potential downside of these types of programs is they sometimes demotivate participants who think they don't have a chance to win if maybe they get up to a slow start or not knowing what else is out there with their as far as competition goes.
That's a really good point, Polly. It's so easy for salespeople, especially in the channel space, to think they'll never be the best or never have a chance to win because they don't even understand the competitive landscape. That's why we recommend including a drawing or raffle style element so that everyone at least has the chance to win, or at least a chance to earn a point, so long as they play the game. Polly, we were in what we call our fishbowl just the other day. We were brainstorming award types that had a grand prize, middle prizes, and then also a raffle contest. What awards did the client end up selecting?
Yeah, we were kind of brainstorming a different structure for what we can do with a fixed budget in place. But essentially we landed on something you just touched on. We went with a really rich grand prize. And then scaled down from there. So we had grand prize winners with a choice of the awards in the, I'd say, $15,000 to $20,000 range, which is very, very rich for incentive programs. Our mid-level winners have a choice between the $5,000 and $10,000 range. And then we did a raffle drawing to ensure the rest of the participant base is included and has a chance to win. I think having a higher end grand prize like this, especially as much of a range as it was from the second place or the mid-level, is very good structure because one, it's so marketable. A $20,000 prize is very marketable. It helps get the attention of your participant base, especially in the channel space where you're just fighting for eyeballs. And also keeps the engagement high throughout the course of the program.
So are there any other factors that go into play aside from the award amount?
Yeah, I think things to consider in a structure like this where, again, you have a very rich grand prize. You want to make sure you're awarding the top sellers in their respective geographical locations, giving equal opportunities to those in different, economical climates or geography or whatnot. Think the automotive industry, just to simplify it. The top salesperson in New York is going to have way more opportunities to sell cars than the top seller in Wyoming, per se. And that's just based on population alone. There's a lot of other factors, but just the more amount of people in New York that there is to sell to gives that person a competitive advantage. And so that's one thing to consider is, when you're awarding a top winner or a top seller, it should be a top seller for each respective zone or geography, not just top overall, because in a scenario like this, the top seller overall would, someone from New York would be at a very heavy competitive advantage versus someone in Wyoming would essentially be a handicap by the time they got started.
Like that analogy, probably, relating population to winners, which also speaks to right sizing, contest structure, and awards. Again, speaking of Wyoming, we managed a contest a couple of years ago where the award was a jet ski. The grand prize was a jet ski, but unfortunately, we only had one person enroll and sign up for the program, so they inadvertently won that jet ski. So just a reminder, communications matter. But it's important to make sure that contest structure, communications, and awards are right sized for budget and level of effort. So for instance, that 5-minute training shouldn't earn the winner a trip to the Super Bowl or a jet ski, but Holly, what would you say a 5-minute training winner should earn you?
Yeah, if Jet Ski wasn't available for my 5-minute training, I'd say a fair prize would be, you know, a raffle entry. Again, we're talking about a closed-ended program here, so you've got to stick to your budget structure. I say a raffle entry is a perfect option there for a chance to win a smaller prize. Especially in again, closed-ended programs, it's just because your rewards and your budgets are predetermined. A raffle will help keep participants engaged. It still gives them an opportunity to win something, and so you don't have to, you know, break your budget per se to kind of offer awards to different categories as you go along the course of your program.
So now that we're coming to a close, what would you say your biggest takeaway or piece of advice is?
I'll go first. I'd say to ensure your program goals align with your company initiatives for maximum engagement and output. You know, for example, if your company's goal this year is to increase new accounts, but your highest incentive is based off of renewing existing clients, your program's not going to resonate with anybody, and it's just going to end up falling flat.
So same question to you, Kelly. What's your one takeaway?
I'm gonna go with one that's near and dear, not just to my heart, but to every heart here at Bright Spot, and that is know your audience, know what will motivate them, what behavior feels attainable, and communicate it loud and proud and effectively.
I love it. Well, this has been really fun. It's that time to wrap up this series. Thank you both so much for your valuable insights on closed-ended and channel incentives. Be sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications to see what comes out next. Again, I'm Tara Spricker, and we'll see you next time.